All right, it's 2 o'clock on Thursday, October 29th. My name is BJ Simpson, and do your weekly weather briefing here. You guys are probably getting tired of hearing from us, but luckily, shouldn't have a whole lot of that over the next week. So the week ahead should be melting off the snow that has fallen pretty rapidly. Got sunshine and warmer temperatures on the way, so it won't take long, except for maybe text line. They'll take a little while, as much snow as they got. But um, maybe a little bit of fog tomorrow morning. Sometimes when we get into these snow melt events, we can get a little bit of fog in the mornings. It doesn't look like anything too widespread or too dense, but we'll keep an eye on it for tomorrow morning. Other than that, just dry weather, seasonal temperatures, maybe just a touch below normal initially, going to a touch above normal toward the end of the 7 days. Uh, One good thing about all this is that the fire weather concerns are now going to be mitigated, at least for a little while, due to all the moisture. And we do have one cold front expected on Halloween, but it's a pretty weak front, and really all it's going to do is shift winds to the northwest. But even behind the front, it doesn't look like much more than 15 miles an hour, if that, on Saturday evening. So just to wrap up what happened this week, yeah, text line, big winner there, 22 inches of snow. It's kind of difficult getting these totals given that it spitted and sputtered sleet and snow and freezing rain and everything else for 4 straight days. But this is pretty much what we've been able to generally come up with for some generalization. Several places in that 6 to 10 inch range. Amarillo proper, anywhere from 4 inches kind of on the southeast side up to 8 inches for the whole week of snow and sleet kind of combined on the northwest side. A lot of that, most of all this snow, most of it fell last night with that final band. Also on Tuesday night, had quite a bit of freezing rain, especially out east toward Pampa and places like that, Wheeler, Clarendon, over a half inch of ice out there. And you probably, a lot of people noticed some pretty severe impacts from that. This is what it looks like right now. The sun's shining. This is our satellite view, so you can see where the snow is still in place. I don't know. Some of you might remember us talking about how it was warm everywhere around us, and we were just kind of at the cold core of that mid-level system. Well, you can see there's no snow in Kansas, not even a whole lot in parts of the Oklahoma Panhandle. But boy, we just got blanketed here along with New Mexico. So for the next 7 days, really nothing to talk about, to be honest with you. We'll just go over a few temperatures here, kind of show the increase in temperatures. After a day mostly in the 40s today, we'll be pushing the 50s to around 60 tomorrow, 60s to around 70 for Halloween. Got that weak cold front coming through in the afternoon. Might make the evening temperatures cool off pretty quick, but still doesn't look too bad. Maybe some high clouds. That's about it. Sunday, behind that cold front, a little bit cooler, highs in the 50s to around 60. And then we warm up throughout the week, Monday into the 60s for most. As you can see, these lows are going to be about 20 degrees higher than some of our highs this week. So definitely a little difference going into next week. And then we might start getting into the 70s. And as we get toward, I don't know why this says Monday, but regardless, it should be election day should be somewhere around 70 degrees. And same thing going into Wednesday. Beyond that, we're looking at continued above normal temperatures favored in the 6 to 10 day outlook, with really no strong sign one way or the other on precipitation. Then as we go to the 8 to 14 day, still above normal temperatures favored, but there is, if you really want to get into la la land and look out there, there are some signs of some cold air trying to dip into the western part of the country as we get into that second week in November. So we'll obviously have an awful lot of time before that would even begin to happen. But sometimes when you get these below normal off to the northwest, sometimes those will eventually feed down into us. So we'll just keep an eye on that for mid-November. November, very interesting month around here. Last Thursday we had our last day where the average high in Amarillo was 70 degrees. By the end of November, the average high is in the low 50s here in Amarillo. So very much a transition month, but it looks like we got about a month or 2 month head start here this week. So with that, we will end this week's briefing. If anyone has any questions, if you want to raise your hand. I'll keep an eye out. Not seeing anything, so thank you all for joining us, and have a enjoyable week of not as much weather. Take care.